Hello and welcome to another episode of At Home with Not Dr. Tamara. On today's show, I'm going to be teaching you all about the wonderful benefits of hemp seeds, all about the positive effects of solfeggio frequencies, and the power of positive thinking. Okay, F a Gucci bag, get you a 2 kg bag of hemp seeds. Now seriously, all jokes aside, on this week's Supermarket Superfood Super Find of the Week, we are talking about hemp seeds. Now it is probably no surprise to you that I love hemp seeds, but honestly, they are one of the things that have so many nutrients and so many good factors to them that they are now a part of my everyday diet. They taste of absolutely nothing, so they're the thing that you can just slip into your kids' porridge or into their smoothies or soups and stews. They literally taste of nothing, and no one will even notice they're there. Now, hemp seeds, if I remember rightly, they are the one thing that you could actually live off. They have every single omega in them, all the fatty acids, everything, all the proteins. They're actually a really good source of vegan protein because, you know, everybody who's a vegan is dying of a protein deficiency. But yeah, they're a really good source of vegan protein, and you could live off them just simply because they have every nutrient you could need. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor, but I just remember reading once that they are that good that you could literally sustain yourself just off of hemp seeds alone. Now, this is going to make me sound really lazy, but I started taking them mainly for my skin. I don't have time to moisturize. Actually, that's a terrible statement. We've all got time for everything. We make time for what we want to make time for. I find moisturizing myself from like head to toe to be quite long, but I do find if I eat hemp seeds, at least like a handful on a daily basis, I don't really need to moisturize so much because they just kind of keep me moisturized from the inside out. Now, they are available not in all supermarkets, but you can normally find them in the kind of what's the word I'm looking for, like the ethnic food stores, and you can also get them online. I mean, I hate to give any more business to the man because I think quite frankly he has enough money, but you can get them on Amazon at quite a reasonable price, and I get mine from Seven Hills. I try and get organic ones. Make sure you get them shelled. If they're not shelled, you're gonna be writing a complaint in to my show because they are quite foul, but if you get them shelled, they're completely inoffensive, and like I said, they are so good. They're a great source of protein and just literally a powerhouse of nutrition. Now, like I was saying before, they're actually really good for your children, not just because they're so nutritious, but because they quite simply do not notice them. I sprinkle them into their porridge. I put them in smoothies. They're fantastic in smoothies, and I sprinkle them on toast. They go in sandwiches completely unnoticed. You can blend them into soups. They are honestly an amazing product because you just don't taste them. And like I said, anything the kids don't know is there, good for me. All right, on this part of the show, you guys know I just like to share with you things that are going to be pretty much completely free, but really completely help you with your mental, physical, spiritual well-being. Now, this week, I want to talk about something called solfeggio frequencies. Now, you may or may not have heard of them. It's a little bit scientific, and obviously I'm not a doctor and I don't want to bore you too much with what they actually are, but very basically, solfeggio frequencies are different types of frequencies tuned into different hertz that affect you on different levels. Now, this is going to sound so woo-woo, but I can promise you there is science to back this up, and listening to these sounds work. I use them all the time. I have used them to help me write the script for this show. I use them when I'm making my vision boards. I use them to keep my children calm in the day. I use them when I'm making products for my other NYN company. They honestly make the world of difference. Now, there are 6 of these frequencies. They are 432, 528, 396, 639, 741, and 852 hertz. Now, you've probably heard of 528 hertz because it's the frequency of love, but I'm going to explain to you very briefly what all these frequencies do. Now, the first frequency is 432. And this particular frequency fills the mind with feelings of peace, well-being, and it's a perfect accompaniment for yoga, gentle exercise, meditation, or sleep. Then we've got 528 hertz. Now, this is the famous one that you've probably heard about, and you may have even heard of this study, especially if you're in my gang. Now, in 2018, a man called I think this was Dr. Emoto. They haven't said this here, but I think this was this study. If you know the study I'm talking about, you'll know how amazing this was. But basically, he discovered that music tuned to the frequency of 5 to 8 hertz significantly reduced stress in the endocrine systems and autonomic nervous systems, even after a mere 5 minutes of listening. In this study published by the Journal of Addiction Research and Therapy, the frequency 5 to 8 hertz reduced the toxic effects of ethanol, the principal ingredient found in alcoholic drinks, on cells. Even more astounding was that this frequency also increased cell life by about 20%. That's amazing. That means you can listen to music and potentially increase your lifespan. Now, again, I know this is very woo-woo, this is very out there. If this is the first time you're hearing this, you might think I'm crazy, but please bear with me. Now, it goes on to say that the energizing and healing effects of music set to 5 to 8 hertz make it ideal background music anytime you feel under the weather or simply need to unwind. Now we've got 396 hertz. This music tuned to 396 hertz helps to remove subconscious fears, worries, and anxiety. It also helps to eliminate feelings of guilt and subconscious negative beliefs blocking the path to achieving personal goals. Listening to music tuned to this frequency is most helpful when you want to feel uplifted, secure, and give power to your goals and dreams. Fun fact, I actually played that frequency while I was writing the script of this show, which I wrote in about 24 hours ago by myself. Anyway, then we've got 639 hertz. Now, the frequency of 639 hertz helps to balance emotions and elevate the mood. It also promotes communication, love, understanding, and brings harmony into interpersonal relationships. Music set to 639 hertz is perfect when you need a significant boost of love and positivity or are dealing with conflicts in relationships. Now, at the time of filming this, Mercury is currently about to go retrograde. You guys know that can really mess with your relationships. Maybe just put 639 hertz on loop for the next 3 weeks. Anyway, on to the next frequency. There's only 2 more left. Please bear with me. We've got 741. Now, music tuned to the frequency of 741 hertz helps with problem solving, cleansing the body, and self-expression. It also helps to awaken intuition and promote living simply and purely. This frequency is ideal if you're struggling with living a healthy lifestyle, expressing creativity, or speaking your truth. I should probably play that for breakfast in the morning when I'm trying to force green things down my throat. Anyway, the last frequency is 852 hertz, and the 852 hertz frequency helps to replace negative thoughts with positive ones, making it ideal when nervousness or anxiety is bringing you down. It also aids in awakening intuition and inner strength. You'll enjoy listening to music set to 852 hertz if you're seeking to communicate with and live in harmony with your highest self. Now, because I have stolen what I have just said from this website, I feel now I must tell you that you can go to this website, which is relaxmelodies.com, and download their app, which costs $19.99 a year. Obviously, I have to tell you about that because I sold that stuff. Or what I'm going to tell you, because what this show is really about, is you can also get that on YouTube for free. You literally just type in Solfeggio Frequencies, and like I said, you can go to the website or even watch this back to remember what the frequencies do. But I can promise you from my own personal experiences, these frequencies work, they're free, and well, they're just an amazing addition to your life if you don't already know about them.
Are you the best footballer in the world right now?
I think so, yes. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best. I'm always going to say that because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best.
Okay, I love Ronaldo, and while I don't believe that everyone can be the best, I do believe that if you believe you're the best alongside actually acting like the best, that you will become that for sure. And this is a man who really does behave in the most amazing ways. That's why this week's Law of Attraction is Ronaldo. Now, Ronaldo is proof that with the right thought, teamed with the right effort, you really can become the best in any field you want. For a long time now, I have been training my thoughts to be positive in any and all situations, and I can assure you it eventually pays off. Today, when I told the camera people what we were doing, I had a feeling they thought maybe we'd need 2 days of filming, and I said to them, I can assure you we will be done at 4 o'clock. And I can see them smiling behind the cameras now because they know full well we're going to be finished early, because when you put positive positivity in, and when you put good expectations in and you expect good things, you get them out. The universe does deliver, and it pays to be positive. I know I annoy a lot of people with my sunny, positive outlook on life, but it works. It works. Things go my way all the time. For the most part, the universe is working in my favor. And when things don't go the right way, I've learned to understand that it's not meant to go that way for whatever reason. The universe always has my back, and I can assure you it wants to have yours too, but you need to be open to it, and that starts by speaking better about everything. So, like I said, I keep my thoughts as positive as I can, and for the most part, it pays off. The universe is always working for me, and things are going in my favor all the time, and life is just generally good. And I do believe that is because I believe that is how it's going to be. Now, I just want to leave you with this. It is my favorite quote of all times. It's by Napoleon Hill, and he said, "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way you're right." And I just want you to think about that for a second. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I run something called the Happy Gang, which is a daily life coaching support service for your mental, physical and spiritual well-being. Now, on this part of the show, I want to start introducing you to some of my amazing Happy Gang members so you can hear all about their experiences in the gang and how it's been helping them. Now, today I've got someone really special on the show. I think one thing I love about this is the fact I've actually got to build relationships with real people. This is not a faceless business or a faceless service. And I mean, I wouldn't say we're best friends, but I've spoken with Jordan before, and he is lovely. Jordan, hello, welcome to the show. Thank you for being in my gang. Now, I know you're in the gang with your mum. Tell me, when did you first start to seek help for your mental health?
It was around 17 or 18, and I got help from the doctors for my anxiety, which was really bad back then.
Can I just say, I think that's really good. I don't think, if you don't know, the biggest killer of men under 45 in the UK is actually suicide. And I don't think enough men feel comfortable seeking health, like mental health help. So I just think it's amazing that you even did that. What were the services they offered?
At that time, it was tablets, so antidepressants, things like that. Obviously, as the years went on, I was always up and down, in and out of getting help and not getting help. And I think the last time, which did help me the most, was when I had therapy with it. So I'd go there every 2 weeks to talk about how I'm feeling. I was on tablets as well. But then I feel like afterwards there was just like a bit of nothing. So they helped me get to a good point. But then afterwards it was like, okay, you're okay now. Go and be on your own and sort it.
Okay. So my next question is, how did you come across the gang? Why did you sign up?
Yeah, I think it was randomly on social media when I just seen one of your videos one day and I was like, who is this? Like, I need that energy in my life. So then obviously I followed you from then, and I kept seeing you post obviously about the Happy Gang, and I was a bit hesitant at first, but then after seeing like all the reviews and stuff and how everyone else was getting on, I was like, I'll give it a try. And then that's what it was, about 5 years ago now.
Wow, okay, so you're like OG, original gang member. Can I ask, has the gang helped you?
So much. I all the way down there, I've been thinking, how can I describe what the gang is? And for me, and because I feel like I'm a bit younger, it's just like, it's like you just lovingly kicking us in the back into having a good day. Like you just get that little bit more help in the morning to perk you up. And
do you feel like anything's changed? Like, because you're saying you've been gang member for 5 years. Now, it sounds like a long time. I will say the gang's £5 a month, so I can't do maths. It's about £60 a year. So if you've been in it for 5 years, is that £300? Camera crew, yeah, sounds about right. So you spent about £300 on therapy. Yeah. Do you feel it's been worth it?
100%.
Okay. Yeah. One of the reasons the thing with healing is you can't just do it in a day. A lot of us have spent like maybe 10, 20, 30 years like getting ourselves in to a terrible mess. It's then might take 10, 20, 30 years to get yourself out. And I think a lot of therapy is just not affordable and it's not accessible for, don't want to call us normal people because clearly we're not that normal. But for the average person, most therapy over a long period of time is just not accessible and you can't afford it. And this is why I set up the gang. I wanted it to be something that even if you needed to be in it for a year or two, it's not going to break the bank. Because I think with healing, it takes, I think now I'm still on my healing journey, and I've been at 15 years of reading The Secret, and I don't know, I don't think you ever really do all the work.
No, yeah.
So compared to 5 years ago now, would you say, I mean, how are you feeling?
I think the main thing for me is confidence. And I think before, obviously, getting the help from the doctors and things like that, it was good at the time. But as I say, like, it was just like then you kind of left to it and you have to keep it up. Whereas with the Happy Gang, you've been helped to keep it up at the same time.
It kind of gives you work to do. So like you say, it's a kick up the bum, but equally you have to do the work. You've got to put because I get so many people coming saying, "Oh, thank you," but I'm like, no. Like, I'm just here talking shit to anybody who will listen to me. But it's you who puts in the work. You get up every day and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to the universe and be kind to myself and treat my body kindly. Do the work. I think that's what makes you guys super amazing. Okay, Jordan, we have unfortunately got to wrap this up. But if there was one thing you could say, especially to men that might be struggling with their mental health, what would it be?
I think going off what I said earlier, anyone that's hesitant, just take the dive and you won't regret it. Also, remember that as much as you're helping us, we have to help ourselves as well, and you have to put the work in.
We didn't even tell him to say that. Okay, unfortunately, we have to wrap this up here, but I will be back next week with another amazing guest, another amazing show, and another amazing bunch of information for you amazing humans. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.